On the mic with Mike, ESPN Richmond 106.1. This is part of the Mike King Biz Network, ESPN Richmond 106.1, as well as the Choice 105.3. Coming to you from the ESPN studios of Summit Media. Mike King, I got my man Dease Moore here. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, brother.
All right, Dease Moore, you are a tech expert. You're an entrepreneur. You're rocking the Bit and Pro gear, which you're on the wrong side. Yes, sir. This is your son's endeavor. They are out there killing it. All right, real quickly, let people know who Bit and Pro Dease Moore is.
Yeah. We focus on two things: students, families, and communities based on technology and providing educational resources. We do that. I do all day.
All right, let's talk about the Bit and Pro story.
Oh man, Bit and Pro, man. This story is just on there. Bit and Pro was an idea that my son came up with over COVID. They were looking to come up with a fix for a gap. They felt like they were sports. We believe in who we are. We practice hard. So they designed and came up with this Bit and Pro. Believe in the name. Practice required often. They have a full-blown video, full-blown website. Bitandpro.org, bitnpro.org. So they're working with that. But Bit and Pro is most definitely been a blessing for them. It's allowing them to express themselves, allowing them to show that as an African American male playing baseball, or as they coined the term, unrepresented sports, gives them the ability to be able to go out and do things that most people are able to do. They keep themselves confidence, awareness, self-discipline, motivation. So they're most definitely working to establish a greater baseline within the sports community based on their apparel and being.
Mike King here, Dease Moore. One of the things I think that people look at when you talk about underrepresented sports, that's something right there which you would think swimming, tennis, golf. We're talking baseball as well. And it's fun when we think about that. Also, let's talk about the business side of what you do, protecting intellectual property. That's something that's always big for you and your family and the foundation.
You have a simple idea. We're talking about understanding what their base was, but they understand they have to come together and attack plans to trademark their concept, put all the right legal T's and C's around it. So when we started bidding on anything done, we've always done that to understand how intellectual property is, because intellectual property, just like money, is tangible. It can be passed on from one generation to the next. It can protect it, and invest in it, and it has growth potential. So the business side of this is real, and that's where the rubber really needs to roll at. And that's what I'm teaching my sons. I mean, they laugh because I told them, how many of their friends have a federal placard that says that they have a felony trademark?
I would bet none.
Yeah.
So there was their concept, and now they go to events and kids are rocking their gear.
Yeah.
And so, all right, so we give a shout out to my man Bryce Moore. He is an ESPN radio personality. You hear him from time to time on the station. You know, besides the budding sports career, you know, he knows the sports and he knows his way around the microphone. You're going to hear more from him on ESPN Richmond as we go along, as well as the Choice, because that's what we do here.
So I appreciate that. Shout out to my baby boy.
Okay, wait a second. We got to, I always talk to Bryce. We always talk to him. I'm like, yo, man, shout out your brother, because, we don't want him all up in arms, because you don't want the other part of the partnership going sideways.
Yeah. They will come and we come in last week from Buddha's Glen. my son was in the room, and he was on his little scooter with his ankles messed up. And the kid, Sam, was rocking his Fit In Pro shirt. He was like, hey, can I take a picture with you? So he taking pictures with kids rocking their gear. So kids is rocking the Pro, rocking it. So one of the kids from another team come over and say, hey, yo, man, you on the scooter. Yo, who are you? You a celebrity or something? Bryce was like, what? He's like, are you a celebrity? He's like, you taking pictures with this little boy right here. He was like, yeah, he's rocking my gear. He was like,
You got gear?
he was like, you got gear?
You got gear?
He said, I got gear. Look, he's wearing a shirt. He's wearing a shirt. I was like, I'm wearing a shirt too. The kid was like, hey, how do I get a shirt? It was just amazing. So it's some effect was that the kids are starting to see it. And so we're leaving on the 17th to head down to Florida for a baseball tournament. Me and my strong solid, my youngest one. And he's wearing nothing but they've given him custom jerseys for his tournament, but his hat and everything else has been customized by Fit In Pro, like his undergarments, the whole nine. So this is our first tournament out of state. So this is the first time we're going into Florida with all the Fit In Pro.
So Mike and Diaz Morris here. How do you talk to parents who are just getting started into the whole travel sport thing and the business behind it? Because we talk about that there's the importance. We know that rocks tourism. You say the kids don't have money, but what difference do it make? Because
sports drive the economy, and it's big money. I mean, like these programs, I can tell you right now, I've been to DC back and forth. They will tell you it's baseball to be played here in this region. There's tons of teams, but parents are spending an extra maybe $300 a month just for a commitment. And what's crazy, the programs make you sign a contract. These kids sign a contract, bro. They sign a contract that you're going to commit so much to my program. And if you leave, it's just like the NFL, the league, or MLB. How you got to buy that contract? So, I mean, when I tell you it's big business, it's big business. I just got my son scheduled for my youngest son, and it is like every single week. We play twice a month, but we play high-end tournaments. Carolina, Florida, Georgia, that type of. So it's like you're going in, you're getting out, but the travel, the airlines, everybody's making it to an Northeast sports because you got to go where the competition is. But I'm exposing them to just different elements. I'm blessed to be able to do it. But there's a young lady that came to me. She said my son wants to play baseball. It's very interesting. Like I have a guy, shout out to my man Andre. He's doing free camps with kids of color starting this weekend, and just kids. Period. I want these kids of color, but he's teaching baseball, like because he's doing camps. That's the thing, man. If you haven't caught it ground floor, the parents will pay a mint just to actually be able to play.
For you to catch up. What happens to kids? How good you have to be to not play travel sports and make it?
So, probably not starting with the travel game is a racket. You got a checkbook, you got a post, you got a kid that may have a little something, they'll play travel baseball. The rec leagues are decimated right now because rec is where all the competition used to be. At Saturday on the field, it was crazy. You play one game, you go home, but now on Saturday when it's travel, you're playing 2 games on a Saturday, or if it's a one-day tournament, you may play 3 or 4 games in one day. You know what I mean? And so the whole dynamic is just so much, especially even like AAU basketball. I'm on AAU, that's 5 games in one day. So the youth mindset with the sports piece is shifted so much to, am I going to be the next Fernando Tatis? Am I going to be the next LeBron? But travel doesn't equate to success. Travel does not equate that you made it. That just means that's a stepping stone, because when it starts to matter is when you get to the 9th grade, did you make your JV team? Are you on a college showcase team? Have you put in the work? Because what happens is, all of us flood the door, right? You get to a certain point, cats start to fall off. You start to say, wow, man played ball together up till the 9th grade.
And then all of a sudden, that's where he dropped off.
That's where he dropped off. I got kids now that I can tell you that dropped off after 12. Because what happens at 12 or 13 is still
just the 12 and under?
kids over under don't transition to 13 up because the field size changes. The real athletes start to show up, so it starts to become a matriculation. So what happens in 13 and 14 is the speed of the game starts. Where at 13, you may have a kid throwing 60, 14, you may have a kid throwing 70. You get to 15, 16, 17, you got 94, 95 on the hands. Kids throwing that hard.
It's throwing heat.
Yeah.
On the mic, Mike Diaz Morris here with us. This is part of the Mike King Biz Radio Network, ESPN Richmond 106.1, 5 to 7 a.m. The Choice 105.3 every day, 2 to 3, as well as International Business Growth Radio. Diaz Morris here with us. He's talking bit and pro, the outstanding brand that him and his family has. Let me ask you this: what's the real success behind the whole travel sports? Like, what's a win for a family with travel sports?
I think the way they broke it down, obviously when it's on a program called and you have perfect thing stats, capturing data on kids and actually getting them in school. They got their top 100. You got PBR, baseball report. You got dynamic football. There's a whole host of them. But as I talk about them, the level of competition rises. So what I found out is the local kids, 13 and 14, that hasn't gone to showcase. You know what a win is for a parent? I'll show you a picture in a minute. When they go all weekend, they play 2 days, and they come back and they win that trophy that says they won that particular tournament. That's the goal for every parent. But what happens is that the work doesn't start on the field right there. The work is what happened Monday through Friday to get you there. How many ground balls you take? How many at-bats you do? How much teamwork did you get in? How much work did you put in before you get there? Because I'm not gonna lie, you're gonna see some things on the field. I hate to say it, no disrespect to any of these kids. They're doing the best they can do. They have horrible coaching, they play like it. And you watch the imbalance of the competition. So you can always see those that have got success that even the parents got different swag. They talking trash and
Because they know
my kids out here, they kill it. They talking trash the whole time. But you over there with just a team that's barely making it.
You're not saying nothing.
All you saying is, come on, baby. Come on, baby. That's okay. It's okay. But as me being a former coach, I'm sorry, you know what I don't care. No, at some point, I used to tell the parents after every race, if this is what your kid gonna do, you can invest. Go put a little money aside, give them some batting lessons. Matter of fact, I'll work them out after the season. So the success for a lot of parents is that type of stuff will make you see a kid doing well or getting that trophy.
Okay, success at 15, 16, they're high school sophomores. Are we trying to get, okay, so baseball, if it's football, they're trying to get a scholarship to play football. Now, baseball, are they trying to get them drafted or are they trying to get them to go to college?
So when you the pool of kids front, right? It wasn't the same as saying, hey, I got 19 rounds.
I got drafted in the 17th round.
I'm there. You know, the money's different. You're going to no matter what. But you were drafted, right? Well, the problem is now the pool is shrinking. What's happening is everyone's goal is to get to and there's a group on social media that I belong to called Black Baseball, and that's the whole thing every day talking about. We got T1 coaches, JUCO coaches, D3, high school coaches. Every child aspires to go to play baseball in college, and they want to play at a D1 school, the LSUs, the SECs, the Vanderbilts, ACCs, all the big 5-power conferences. But the issue is this. At 15, 16, the pool of kids across the country to get looked at is ginormous. Less than 2% may come out of that bucket that will go to a program. So even though I tell my wife, even though I'm investing this money for my child to play, the likelihood of either one of my boys playing professionally is 0. The likelihood of them getting a look in college is probably about 1%. But academically, baseball is the dominant sport when it pertains to how you coach our kids. Baseball tells you this. If you have a 3.5 and you want to go, you got a 3.0 and you want to go to Duke and you're a good ball player, you're going to Duke. But if you a 3-0 cat that don't play baseball, you ain't gonna never see the inside of you. So when baseball is that thing that actually ties academics down, where it narrows the pool down, where, no disrespect to my football and my basketball cats, the grading structure is a little bit different for the football player. The baseball player standard is a little bit higher. But nonetheless, we preach academics no matter what, because guess what? You ain't guaranteed to play the next level. No way. So if I can get you into college because of your athleticism at this age, great. Get your education. Let's build. Let's grow. But if you just happen to get to that window that much to get to the league, great. But again, it's slim enough.
Mike Diaz Morris here with us, talking sports, life, everything in between. How can people find you out there, sir?
We're at Pro, which is also the More Legacy Foundation. PMLF.
You got the okay.
17,
you got the right one now.
I got the right one.
Out this man is out here putting out false information.
Yeah,
He's giving us fake news for months now with the wrong social handle. But we're good now.
Yeah. I know how
Okay. All right, really quickly, let folks know what BIT and Pro stand for. See, Bryce Moore, he lets us know exactly what time it is. That's because he's a media pro. So what exactly does BIT and Pro mean? Practice required. And we talking about practice. We ain't talking about the game.
Yeah, you out there, baby.
Exactly.
I got one for you, baby.
That's right.
I got one for you.
Being from Philly, we talking about practice. All right, we got to go. ESPN Richmond, that's where you find me, 5 to 7 a.m. On the Mike, the best business radio program around. Rocking with my man Diaz Moore. We'll talk to you soon. Later.